What's good, folks? It's RFG back at it today, and I'm here to shatter more paradigms, okay, and to blow more minds with this information that I'm going to relate to you guys, okay? Now, I know, it's a big notion going around this movement of enlightenment where we have a lot of people saying that this earth that we live on is a heaven. Okay, that's something that's been highly accepted among the so-called movement of enlightenment. But I'm here today to tell you all that is a huge misconception. Huge misconception, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm going to show proof without a doubt, okay, that the world we are all living in is not a heaven, okay? Now, I know what everybody's going to say, all the surface level people out there who just want to take things for face value and judge things by what they see on the surface, okay? They're going to say, how can you say such a beautiful earth, such a beautiful world with a beautiful ecosystem, you see, full of diverse animals and beautiful rainforests, you see, beautiful oceans and waterfalls, you see, it looks beautiful, doesn't it? Looks really, really beautiful. But see, that's human nature, okay? That's humans judging things by what they see, by their sense of vision. And the sense of vision is the weakest sense out of all the human senses. Okay? We should be judging things off of the actions of certain deities and what we feel. Okay? Because this world we live in is not a heaven. Okay? And I'm going to break this down, so just listen very carefully. Okay? When we look at something called a food chain, okay? We're going to look at this food chain here. This plant, okay, plants are organisms that grow out of the earth, okay? The earth is the main organism, and, all animals are considered cells of the earth, okay? So right here, you have the plant that is harvested and eaten by certain insects. Certain insects eat from or eat the entire plant. Okay? Then you have these insects that get eaten by these rats, these little marsupials, little rats. Okay? Rodents. And then you have the rodents and the marsupials that get eaten by certain snakes and lizards. Okay? Then you have the certain snakes and lizards, they get eaten by birds of prey. They get eaten by birds of prey like hawks, eagles, okay, and falcons. And you see, it's not only with these animals right here, it goes to the ocean. You have the plankton, the phytoplankton. The phytoplankton get eaten by the zooplankton. The zooplankton get eaten by these smaller fish, and the smaller fish get eaten by the larger fish, and the larger fish get eaten by the sharks and the whales. Okay? Then you have the seals. The seals, I believe, eat smaller fish. Okay, and the seals get eaten by the sharks and the killer whales. Okay? And it doesn't just stop there, ladies and gentlemen. There's hundreds of millions of species out there, and we are all part of the ecosystem. We are all part of the food chain, folks. Okay? Science likes to call it, the pretty name, which is an ecosystem, but an ecosystem is nothing but a food chain. Okay? An ecosystem is nothing but a food chain. So what am I getting at? What am I saying by telling you this information? I'm saying that this world cannot be a heaven, okay, if it is ran and populated by parasitical beings, okay? It cannot be a heaven if it is populated and ran by parasitical beings, okay? The insect eats the plant. The rat eats the insect. The snake eats the rat. The hawk eats the snake. And the goddamn poacher takes out the bird of prey, okay, that killed the snake. Okay, the bird of prey kills the snake, but the poacher takes out the bird of prey. Okay? It's a never-ending chain of parasitic behavior with among animals on the earth. And please don't tell me, "Oh, I'm a vegan. I'm a vegan. So, I'm not a parasite." Guess what, folks? Guess what? The plants are life forms. Man, I'm about to break, man, look. I'm about to shatter some goddamn paradigms, man. So you guys better be listening very carefully. Vegans, in a sense, vegans are more of a what you would call a parasite than an actual meat eater. Now let me explain. The meat eater, okay? The meat eater goes out and hunts its prey, kills it, and eats it. Okay? Whereas the vegan eats from the earth. The vegan eats from the earth that the vegan lives on. Okay? And like I said, I'm not taking sides here. I am a vegan. Okay? I am a vegan. And being a vegan, you are at a much higher vibration than somebody who would eat meat. Okay? So I'm just putting that out there. So do not take this message the wrong way. Okay? Because like I said, there's levels to this. And when you drop meat eating, veganism is the next step past meat eating. Okay? So like I was saying, this plant right here is part of the earth. It's part of the earth that we live on. We are cells that are living on the earth. Okay? All humans are living on the earth. Okay? We live in harmony with the earth. The earth is a living organism. All humans live in unison with the earth. Okay? So when we eat a plant, we are eating a piece of the life form that we live on. Period. End of story. Okay? This is the definition of a parasite. An organism that lives in or on an organism of another species and benefits by deriving nutrients at the other's expense. So, ladies and gentlemen, what are we doing by eating from the earth that we live on? The earth is an organism. So what are we doing by eating from the earth that we live on? We are performing an act, okay, a parasitical act. We are performing a parasitic act, plain and simple, because we are eating directly the life that comes directly from the earth. The plants are the earth, okay? Okay, so, I don't want to hear that shit. Even the vegans, even us vegans are quote unquote parasites by definition. Okay, when people think of parasite, see, we've been programmed. When people think of parasite, they think of this nasty worm in this guy's eyeball, you see? Or, this hookworm, this roundworm, this tapeworm in somebody's intestines. You see, we've been programmed to think that this is the only definition of a parasite. No, folks. No, folks. You saw it by definition, okay? Anyone who eats from the living organism known as the earth, okay? Anybody who eats plants, life forms from the earth, or other animals is considered a parasite, a carnivore or a parasite. Okay? Flat out. Okay? So therefore, when we were given our physical bodies in this physical matrix, we were put in a realm of the parasites. We were put in the realm of the parasites, folks. We were put in the realm of the parasites. Okay? You want to call this a damn heaven? You must be out of your mind. Sooner, watch when that dollar loses its value. Watch when that dollar becomes worthless. And we're going to see how much of a fucking heaven this is. We're going to see. We will see. We were put in the realm of the parasites. Look at this. Look at this. You know what I'm saying? All you motherfuckers talking about, oh, it's so pretty. It's such a pretty world with pretty waterfalls and pretty oceans and pretty animals. Surface level bullshit. Surface level bullshit. You live in a parasitic world. Plain and simple. Okay? And RFG is here today to bring you that ugly ass truth. Flat out. Okay? That is the world we live in. We live in a parasitic world. This realm, this holographic matrix, okay, this 3D illusion, this magnetic field that we live in that traps light, okay, this is a parasitic world. And we have to live off of other life forms to stay alive in this realm, in this world. So can't nobody tell me that this is a heaven. Okay? What kind of fucking heaven is it where I have to kill another fucking life form to stay alive, or I have to eat from the goddamn organism that I live on? Okay? That's not a heaven, folks. That's not the definition of a heaven. Flat out. Flat out. Okay? So, I'm about to break this down like no other. Just listen very carefully. Stay tuned. We were put in a realm that consists of an infinite number of tiny magnetic fields. And these tiny magnetic fields are called Metatron's cube, which are really light photons. The light photons are tiny microscopic magnetic fields that trap orbs of light. Okay? And when the light photons come together, they create an atom. They create a physical atom, which is a magnetic field, okay, that's harnessing light. Okay? So when you talk about Adam and Eve in your Bible, okay, when you talk about Adam and Eve in your Bible, you're really talking about an atom and the moon. Okay? When you talk about Adam and Eve in the Bible, you're talking about the physical atom. Okay? What they want you to believe is the first form of matter. The first form of matter. Okay? When you talk about Adam and Eve, they're talking about the physical atom and the moon. Okay? So the first so-called particle and the object that manipulates this so-called microscopic particle. Okay? That's your Adam and Eve story. That's your Adam and Eve story. Okay? Because when the Creator created this realm, okay, you're talking about Father Time. When Father Time created this third dimensional realm, okay, he created a magnetic field of light photons, okay, and thousands of light photons came together and created your neutrino, okay, which then created your atom, okay? And your atoms came together and created your molecules, okay? And your molecules came together and created whatever material that was produced by that particular thought or that particular chemical reaction, okay? And, Father Time, right after he created Adam and Eve, right after he created the real Adam and Eve, which is the physical Adam and the moon, right after he did that, he created the Van Allen belt. He created the Van Allen belt, which is an electromagnetic field over the earth. In your good book, they call it the firmament. Okay? It separates the waters below from the waters above. I already broke down how space is not a vacuum, and it is a less dense form of water, which is cosmic water. I already broke that down. Okay? So this is the reality that Father Time put humanity in. Okay? He put us in the animal realm. Father Time put us in the animal realm. Okay? Where life forms have to eat off of other life forms to stay alive in this realm. Okay? No matter if you eat plants or if you eat other animals, God damn it, you're eating a life form to stay alive. So you are in the realm of the parasites, plain and simple. Okay? So I don't want to hear we're in a heaven. I don't want to hear that this realm is a fucking heaven. I don't want to hear it. Okay? Because even when we quote unquote die, if we are not in the right mental and spiritual state, okay, we're getting reincarnated automatically in a new body in this same realm. Okay? If we don't if we don't have light hearts and we don't go through with the mummification process properly, we're coming back right here. Flat out. Okay? Plain and simple. So when you talk about us being born in this material realm on this earth, we were born into sin. It says in your good book that we were born into sin. We were born into sin, right? Well, what did the Sumerians call the moon? Oh, the Sumerians called the moon sin. Ha! The Sumerians called the moon sin. Okay? It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. So when in the Bible, when Father Time says you were born in sin, you goddamn right, because he fucking created sin. He created the moon. Okay? Sin is the moon, according to the Sumerians. Okay? Father Time put us under the moon. You see, where the wolves and the beasts howl to it. They howl to it. They pay homage to it. Because we are in the lower beastly realms. Okay? Where the parasites reign. Okay? I don't want to hear nothing about, this being a heaven. Okay? And like I said, the moon is your biblical Eve. Okay? The moon is your biblical Eve. The moon is your biblical Eve. You see? Because the moon, when do we see the moon? When do we see the moon, folks? We see the moon in the evening. We see the moon in the evening, right? And it says in your Bible that Eve brought sin amongst the world, and the Babylonians called the moon sin, right? And it says that Eve, okay, brought sin into the world, and another word for sin is evil, right? Evil, right? Sin, which has to do with the moon, and we live under the moon, folks. Okay? We are in the realm of matter, the material realm of parasites. And until we are pure light existing outside of this Van Allen belt, we are never in any kind of heavenly realm. Okay, we are not in any kind of godly realm until we leave this realm of the goddamn parasites. You catch my drift? Okay? Okay, so it's time to wake up, and the perfect process to escape this state of parasitic behavior to escape this realm of the parasites. It's a process called inedia. It's a process called inedia, folks. We have to connect with the sun. The sun is the opposite object. It's the opposite astral body from the moon. The sun is the opposite astral body from the moon, which means the sun is a portal and a gateway outside of the Van Allen belt and through the center of the Milky Way. It's the sun. It's the sun that grows and enlarges our pineal gland. It's the sun that inactivates our neurocarbon. Okay? It's the sun that we're supposed to be eating through this process called an inedia. That's why they call the chakra in our stomachs the solar plexus, because the energy that we're supposed to be eating in our stomach is supposed to be the solar, coming from the soul, the sun. Okay? Okay? So for all you motherfuckers out there who want to bash this spiritual enlightenment movement of this practice called an inedia, all of you motherfuckers out there that want to bash Buddhism and Hinduism, guess what? The original Buddhists and Hindus were so dark when the sun hit their skin, they shine blue, green, and purple. Okay? I've already showed who the original Buddha was. I've already showed who the original Krishna was. Okay? And this is for everybody. This is the nail in the coffin. This right here is the official nail in the coffin for everybody who calls my work pseudo. Okay? Because inedia is a real process. And this individual goes by the name of Hira Ratan Manek. And Hira Ratan Manek has not eaten since 1995. Okay? He has not eaten any plant or animal since 1995. Okay? And he only drinks water and takes in the sunlight.
I stopped eating from 18 June 1995 the solid food. Mostly I am on few liquids. Only on few, say 6 or 7 occasions I had solid food for the last 13 years. But much more than the interesting is that I have proved before medical experts that I can remain for longer periods only on water and nothing else. So 211 days of water fasting I did in 95-96, observed by a medical team in my hometown. Then later international team of doctors led by Indian Medical Association President observed me 411 days only on water at Ahmedabad, and then on and often also I was observed for my water fasting for 130 days in USA at a joint program of the two universities, Thomas Jefferson and UPenn, and some of the doctors and scientists were funded by NASA to study the effect of light on human body.
In this time when you stopped now eating solid food, did you never eat one bite of food in this time?
No, that's what I said. 6 or 7 times in last 13 years I had some solid food. Otherwise, it's only on liquids. And there were 3 major water fastings of 211 days, 411 days, and 130 days.
And
411 days?
11 days, did you never have the lust for food?
No, even I don't have lust for food even today. There is no hunger, there is no desire for food, and that's what happens with the power of the sun.
See, folks, he achieved godhood. He achieved godhood, folks. He achieved one of the biggest steps, okay, to achieving godhood. Hira Ratan Manek. Okay? No, not a game. It's not a game, folks. Like I said, you could just do the research yourself. You know, there's plenty of information on him. Okay? We're supposed to be eating the sun. Okay? That's how you get this. That's how you get the title of this chakra in our stomach, the solar plexus. We're supposed to be eating the sun. You see? We're supposed to be the walking, talking plant. We're supposed to be the walking, talking plant. So when you look at our veins and arteries, you see they look just like tree branches and the veins and the vessels on a tree. You see? You see? And then you got the root chakra that's supposed to connect us to the earth. We're supposed to be walking, talking plants that don't do nothing but take in water and sunlight. You see? You see? You see? When you enter this state, you leave the parasitic animal state. You leave the parasitic animal state. Plain and simple. And you achieve the first step in spiritual ascension, Merkaba activation. Okay? The first step in vibrating higher than this fucking Van Allen belt. Okay? And escaping reincarnation. That's what it's all about. Okay? You better start getting real hip to this Hinduism, Buddhism, okay? This Kemetic magic, Hika, voodoo, all of what the ancient indigenous cultures practiced all over the world. Better start tapping into that, because that's the only way out of this matrix that we've been trapped in, okay? Okay, so I just want to put that out there. There's no way that this is a heaven when you have billions of people eating other animals, hundreds of billions of animals eating other animals in the food chain, and then you have, other animals and humans eating the plant life from the earth. No way that is a heaven, okay? That is the realm of the parasite, okay? The realm of the parasites, and I told you how to fully, okay, escape it, to escape that state. A process called an Edia, okay, and you can learn that, okay, just by looking at these videos of multiple people, okay, practicing this. Okay, and one of the first, okay, the people to bring this to the forefront, Hira Ratan Manek. Go research him. Go research him. It's not a game, folks. This is not a game. And like I said, this right here is not possible. Okay, I'm going to say this again. This is not possible unless you are in a place near the equator. The closer to the equator, the better. And you are in a state of Zen, and you have natural spring or artesian alkaline water, okay, at your disposal. Natural alkaline water, that means from a natural spring or a natural underground artesian source, a well source. Not that crap you get in the corner stores, okay? That essential water, that core water, that is crap, okay? Talking about natural water from a natural spring or a natural well source. Okay? So, that's really all I had to say on this topic. I hope I was able to make this understandable for a lot of my subscribers out there. Okay? I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's the Chosen One, man. I'm out.